Hey, good morning or good afternoon, everybody. My name is Aubrey, and this is Wildly Ambitious. My YouTube channel coming at you at about 10:30 in the morning. Spent the night at my friend Brad's house. He's a pretty cool guy over here in Town Point. Um, he's still asleep, so I figured I'd come out here and do this video by myself while I'm up and at him. He's one of my friends who's good with video stuff. He might help me do my intro video soon if I ask him. Or I did. He said he probably would. We just have to talk about it a little bit and kind of sketch out what I want to do there. It's only like 15 seconds. Don't need to do too much sketching, but I do need an idea. And I keep saying I'm going to do that, but I'll stop talking about it there. When it's up, it'll be up. It'll be soon. If it's not in the next few days, then it'll be shortly after that. Or it'll never happen. But yeah, it's just how it goes. Been hearing a lot of people talking about this election. And today's a pretty big day for that. I'm sure you've been following it because you have literally no choice. There's no escape from that unless you completely shut off all media. All of these propaganda today. It feels like I'm living in I guess I'm living in 21st century America. That's just how that goes. We're on the verge of something big. It's probably going to suck for most of us. No matter who you voted for, if you vote, I hope you did. I didn't. But, and I have my reasons for that, it's not even so much that I don't believe in it. I just didn't feel, educated enough at the time, and it's hard for me to be behind either candidate, really. They're both terrible. Either way, we're going to get bombed. That might be a little bit of an exaggeration. I certainly hope that doesn't happen in real life, because that would, of course, be terrible. I hope we don't start any wars just based on this president, but we probably will. We're already in too many, and tensions are building between so many other countries. I know China's militarizing, Russia's on some other shit. I mean, Korea's always been kind of up and at 'em, but who really cares about Korea? And no offense to anybody who cares about Korea. I don't mean that. Obviously I mean this in the political government sense, like them attacking us. I think we can handle it. I mean nothing against, Korean culture, people from there, or anything like that. And I'm just saying that as a side note because it's kind of early. And anyway, I hope whoever you voted for gets in, unless it's any of the candidates running. I shared on Facebook that Ramshackle Glory song of Ballots and Barricades. It's like what is it? It's like, I don't know, something along the lines of vote November 2nd if you think that's right, and don't vote if you think it holds us down, but just tell me who to elect on that day to make sure there's no government left 2 years from now. And that was cool. It's a good song. Ramshackle Glory is awesome. They do some good stuff. I might do one of their albums eventually. They did the Die the Nightmare, Live the Dream. It's like the same songs. They just redid them, so it'd be like a little better. I prefer the Die the Nightmare version. It's like a little, I don't know, it's like dirtier. I don't know if that's the right word. It's a little, I don't know, it feels more honest to me. Like there's a lot more going on in the Live the Dream. Like there's a lot more instruments. It's a little better mixed. But the whole style, you don't listen to any of that if you're an audiophile, which I can be sometimes, but I'm really not like the real people out there you see that, like, dude, I swear, anybody I try to show Johnny Hobo, Pat the Bunny, like, oh, his songs are good, but his voice, and I'm like, yeah, his voice is scratchy. That's because he does a lot of drugs. That's what his music is about, or at least the early stuff, Johnny Hobo. I saw an interview with Pat the Bunny. I don't remember what year it was, but it was a little bit more recent, where he was talking about it. And because he doesn't play any of his old songs, he actually stopped doing music very recently. I don't remember if it was this year or like last year. But like when he was doing that, he was talking in the interview. He's like, "Why don't you do any of your old songs?" So Pat was like, "Well, you know, I want to, you know, be honest and actually feel the songs I'm singing and believe in them. And you know, most of my Johnny Hobo songs were about being a homeless teenager on drugs, and I'm not a homeless teenager on drugs anymore. And you know, besides like a few select pieces from like maybe like Wingnut Dishwashers that he, you know, still likes, rather than, you know, picking out through those like that for those small tidbits, just to avoid people even asking for him to play it, he says, fuck it, I'll do the new ones, because that's what I'm doing. You know, he said, you know, I don't see myself playing shows forever, but I can't ever really see myself not writing songs, and I can kind of relate to that. But you know, you get older, you gotta grow up. I think if you make it to like 55 without going through that, you're good, but most people don't get that lucky. You know, gotta grow up, gotta take care of yourself, make sure you don't die too early. Agent Orange song, we're all too young to die. That's yeah, so I've been doing these videos, been doing these reviews, starting to get kind of lazy on that, but it's just because I'm doing them every day. I don't really have time to research more than like pick the album, I'll like Wikipedia, look at like some of the background, and then I'll go to the Pitchfork review, check that out, listen to it, and pretty much just write my opinion on like a couple of the songs, usually like the first few, and like the style itself, what I think of the artists, and their significance or relevance. And you know, ones I've been doing or ones I'm familiar with, which is, you know, part of just busting them out every day, so I don't have to do anything too crazy or like, you know, mess them up too bad. So it's like the Velvet Underground review I did the other day. It was pretty lazy. Same with the Iggy one I did yesterday. Like eventually I might go back, touch them up, make them a little bit more professional, but I don't see anybody really caring that much right now. I'm just kind of doing this for my own sake, to get in those habits, to start reinforcing them as I'm getting to the end of this second week, or day 13, going strong, kind of. I mean, these videos, they're fun. It gives me a reason to get up, do something, get into stuff, talk about it, you know, keep building on those topics. Like, day 1 said, hi, I'm Tyler. Day 2 said, I'm Aubrey. That's what I changed my name to. Go by Aubrey now because, well, I disagree with a lot of things Tyler stood for. And, you know, obviously I'm the same person. I can't just change who I am like that. But if I can give myself a reminder every day from my introduction, where I've come from, where I want to be going, where I am right now, and the things that I'm actively working against or towards to try and change in myself, that, you know, it's kind of like I'll say it's supposed to be like a catalyst, something that enacts change. It's not the change itself, it's not the thing that's changing, it's just something that sparks that, like, you know, I'm going in this direction and get that catalyst to go like that instead of that. Or, you know, that's a pretty simple visual example. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. Day 13, about to be at the end of the second week, halfway through, going strong. Pretty soon I'll start working in some music. On these videos I can't really do that right now because I don't know if you saw my day 11. It was like 40 minutes long and I had some Apathy playing in the background. And of course they picked up on the copyright and muted the whole track, so I lost all that. I mean, I still have the video file, but that doesn't well, I'm not gonna say it doesn't do me any good, because I'm probably the only one who would have watched it anyway. It's like 40 minutes. It's hard enough to get 5 views on my 10-minute ones, and that's what I expected. You know, the better I get at this, more interesting, more entertaining, more relevant content. These are just kind of like little video blogs of myself, little day-by-day diary, just kind of walking you through my process. Like one day, you know, hopefully I will be able to keep doing this, but even if I don't, you know, I'll be able to look on this like 2 months from now as a gauge of progress. That's what I did with my notebooks. If I haven't even mentioned those, I've at least 15 notebooks that are just full of random crap, that like songs, poems, stories, diary entries, research I've done on all kinds of stuff. Like, you know, I think the spirit sciences are pretty interesting. You know, I mentioned before, like, some of my family's kind of religious, or I'll say spiritual. So there's another quote, I don't remember who it was, but he's like, you know, religion's for people that's afraid of hell, spirituality is for people that have already been there. And you know, there's definitely a difference there, because all these belief systems we have, that's most of what that is. It's like you have your physical body and your psychological function. You got your brain, your mind. Then there's that spiritual aspect that's more in tune with the pure energy forces of the world. Like, I don't know, like this weird ass ray of light that my camera is just kind of picking up on. I think that's kind of cool. It's completely unrelated though. It's just a ray of light, and I think the camera angle accentuates. I'm trying to like not have it directly facing the sun, so while it rotates slightly. I think that all that's interesting. You know, I'm very interested in like psychology and philosophy and physiology and all those ologies. Like physics is pretty badass. Of course, I like music, sciences of sound technology, like electricity and how that works, magnetism and all that shit. You know, I can't say I grew up on Tesla, but you know, he's definitely an influence. I'm sorry, my voice is a little scratchy today. I got this coffee, which is definitely helping. I'm getting in my stride. Already false ended once to get the thoughts going. And that, it's funny when that happens, because like when I go back and watch these, I'll be listening to myself and I'll be like, yeah, okay, this is like 5 minutes, he's gonna end it, and then I'll look at how long is left. It's like 7. I'm like, god damn it, Tyler, get your shit together. And like I said a minute ago, that's symbolic change. You know, I even call myself Tyler still sometimes. It's my first name. You can't just erase that. You can't just forget who you are. And you know, I even tell people I meet sometimes, hey, my name's Tyler, just because that's what comes out. So, you know, even with this series of videos, just getting myself in the habit of saying my name's Aubrey. Like growing up, like you know, my parents named me. Tyler wasn't such a common name. I guess that was 96 was the year of Tylers, because now I know so many Tylers, dude. It's ridiculous. My meme page, it's wildly ambitious memery, but at first I called it Ty Legion because I was working over at WIS and there were at least 3 or 4 other Tylers that I worked with on a daily basis. I knew there were a lot more, but I just thought it'd be funny if we had a legion of Tylers, and we talked about it for a minute. It was a joke. I actually went with it, so I started posting memes on that, but none of them participated at all. And I thought that was kind of funny, so I changed it because it was just kind of, I don't know, self-absorbed or pretentious or some word for that. Synonyms. I don't even like make the memes. I just share things on that page that I'd rather my grandma not see, basically. But yeah, that's what I'm doing. I think I was going on some relevant train of thought a minute ago. I was talking about the election, and then what I'm doing, these videos. I got my reviews and my memes. Not even my memes. you know, stay positive, be healthy, all that good jazz. You know, I'll keep living my life, doing my research, and you know, I had to brush up on my copyright. I mentioned that my muted 40-minute video. I'm sure a lot of YouTubers have had that experience pretty early on, and I'm sure it's frustrating for everybody going through that work that you can't quite replace. Even besides YouTube, that happens so often. Like in music, my buddy Ryan, I think he made like a whole album that I don't remember what was going on with it, but like he tried to upload it and it didn't work, so he had to redo it for some reason, and then he didn't work again, so he like lost all that data from some reason, and then you know, it's just what happens. Hey, what's up? Brad just got up. Say hi to the camera.
Got the weed.